Hello everyone and welcome back to the amped up hardcore survival world. We are here at base camp where we built last episode our tents here, and we've got a visitor to start with today. So we're going to check out what he's got to offer and see if he's got anything good. And a cherry sapling, that is definitely something I'd like to get. I do have a few emeralds from last episode I found in the village, just need to find out how many I've got. Oh dear, looks like we haven't got enough, but we should be able to get something good off this guy. And would you look at that, I've got myself 2 leads and some leather. Great stuff. Anyway, so today's episode, I'm going to be starting off by getting some good gear because at the moment I'm just running around in my gold pants and leather helmet and it's not great. So I'm going to go mining for some diamonds and some other stuff. I've crafted up a bunch of pickaxes, so let's head down into the mines. So I've been mining down from base camp, making this staircase, looking for iron and diamonds and other stuff, and I came across something quite interesting, which is this, and I think this is a trial chamber. So I've never actually done a trial chamber, at least in survival mode. I've looked around them in creative. I don't think I'm ready for it yet, definitely not in this armor, but it's cool to know it's here, and we'll be able to come back at some point and hopefully get a mace and some other good stuff. Well, after about 3 hours down in the mines, I've fully kitted myself out with diamonds now, which is great, and I've still got a few left over spare to make some tools. So that's all good, we shouldn't be killed as easily now, and now we can get on with the main project this episode. And that is going to involve us moving up to the next part of the mountain here. So I'm going to be moving up to this little patch of ground where I'm going to be making a giant potato field. So we've got lots of food and we can sell it to villagers and all that good stuff. Up the top here, and it's pretty dark as you'd expect. There's a lot of overhangs, so loads of mobs around, which is great fun. I'm going to just clear out the trees and do a bit of terraforming and just get the area ready for us to build on. After clearing out a lot of the area, lighting it up and just making it look a lot better, I decided that I really wanted a waterfall going down to base camp. Make it easier for me to swim up and not take fall damage, and it just looks pretty cool. Also, it gives water for the crops, which is nice. So we're going to be having potato fields planted all along this area. So I'm up here above base camp now. I've made my way up the mountain and I've got lots of potatoes planted behind me, which is great. We've got a really good source of food here now. Yep, this should do us well for the entire world. The next thing I want to do is build a pathway up. So I've got my horse, Fridge, down there. I don't know if I explained the name Fridge, but he can jump about half a block, so he jumps like a fridge. So his name's Fridge, and I need to be able to bring him up here because he cannot jump. So we need a pathway coming all the way up here, and it's going to go through the potato fields. And then we're going to have a few little storage huts built around, just so we can store all these potatoes because getting a bit overwhelmed with them at the moment. So let's get that pathway built now, and I'll see you when that's done. Okay, so now that we've got that path built and I've got a decent supply of food as well as some good armor, I thought I'd go exploring the world a little bit. I want to build out of some clay bricks up there, so I thought I'd gather some of those and have a little explore while we do it. So I've been down that way before. That's where the ruined nether portal is from last episode where I got some gear. So I'm going to head off in a boat this way. I would take Fridge, but he just can't jump and that's not really ideal in this pretty amplified terrain world, so we'll take the boat for now. And already the terrain just looks crazy in this world. Look at that giant cliff there. It all looks so cool. So this is my first time playing in an amplified world. I mean, I've never seen terrain generation like this. It's really cool. I'd be interested to know if any of you guys have ever played in this kind of world before. Let me know in the comments if you have, and if you've got any ideas about sort of what to build. Oh my god, look at that. Wow. Yeah, any ideas of what to build would be amazing. And how to survive for sure. I'm definitely going to need to get some feather falling because, I'm going to fall to my death at some point otherwise. So it looks like we've got some cherry blossom trees over there, which is nice to know because I didn't get any from that wandering trader earlier, unfortunately. But, I mean, look up there, there's definitely some. Going to be quite a challenge to get up there to pick them up, but you know, at least we know where they are. I don't think I'm going to be able to get past this line of mountains today. That looks like an insane trek to get up there. But there's a nice river here, so I can get some clay. So I'm going to go and mine some of that, and then we can get back to building. And there we have the potato storage all built. I think it's a pretty nice build. It blends into the cliff very nicely. It's pretty big too, so it should give us plenty of room to store all the potatoes we could ever need, which is great. Because as you can see, we've got quite a few of them. Yep, so I'm still harvesting them. But you can take a quick look inside. So down on the bottom floor here, we've got tons of barrels and chests just for all our potato storage needs. I've got a few in a barrel over here, and we'll be slowly filling this up as we hopefully survive in this world. And up the top here, we've got a few more chests just for storing some random junk that I use to build this place. We've also got this composting machine, so we've got some barrels up the top here. We can put our random stuff that we're not using, like these saplings or any spare potatoes in, and just get a little bit of bone meal to help us throughout this world. So while I wait for all of that to turn into bone meal, I thought something quite fun to do in this world would be to keep track of the day we're on and the amount of time we've been playing. So if we have a look now, I am currently on day 51, so I'll put a little marker up in the top corner just so we can keep track of that. But for now, I've got a lot of potato harvesting to do, and there's not really any way to make that look interesting. So here it is with some epic music in the background. Anyway, that's enough of that nonsense. Whilst I've been collecting all those potatoes, I've also been cooking some. So we've got some baked potatoes here. 4 at a time, it's a bit slow, so I'm going to have to find a better way of cooking them up. But I've also been collecting some cows and some sugarcane, ready to do some enchanting pretty soon. I've got this cow abomination here, I can just breed them up with some wheat. And I've also got some sugarcane in the back here. So yeah, we'll get ready to build some bookshelves pretty soon. While I was watching my potatoes bake on this campfire here, I thought they looked pretty cool and was wondering if they stayed there on a put-out campfire. So I'm going to test that out now because it would be a pretty cool way to store the tons and tons of potatoes I'm gathering. So I grabbed a bucket of water, crafted up a bunch of campfires, and then quickly realised that it's not a bucket of water that you need to put out a campfire. So I used my shovel instead, and there you go. You can store potatoes on a put-out campfire. So I built up this quick shelf here, and put all of our potatoes on it, and I think it looks pretty cool. But that's more than enough talk about potato harvesting for one day. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I really hope you join me next time as well, where I'll be getting some good enchantments, as well as moving on to the next part of the mountain, where we'll be hopefully getting some villagers. But for now, I'm just going to cook up some potatoes on this campfire, and yep, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!